The bartenders will throw beer in your face for no reason. Have fun. Also, there's a cover for shitty DJ music.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Jeff London, DJ Jason Smith.
Here come the bang.
When the sun goes down, the music turns up. A whole new world opens up behind the velvet rope. Join us as we take you behind the scenes of the nightlife world.
Are you ready?
DJ Jason Smith, Jeff London. I'm the promoter. He's the DJ podcast, live from Boston, Massachusetts.
Yes, sir.
Episode 35.
The 3-5. What's that mean even?
Reggie Lewis, greatest Celtic. Speaking of Celtics, a lot of them
Jeff
came
had
to
a big
club.
weekend with the Celtics.
Yeah, old school Celtics, 08 Celtics.
Yeah, but those were like,
Legend Celtics.
yeah, they're not like fucking passer-byers. They weren't like passing through Boston to play for the Celtics.
No, they were
right?
going to...
That, like what you would call that. Like they were more of a franchise player rather than a passerby.
Yeah. Antoine Paul, yeah.
Do you think the game's changed since then? Because now you just have players that come in for a couple of years just to win to try to win a championship.
I mean, some might argue that that was the team, the
disposable.
Celtics,
Oh, really?
when they brought in Garnett, and I don't know.
But Garnett ended up playing for the Celtics for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say it's when LeBron went to Miami, and
that's when it all changed. I get to understand
people
that.
just hopped around to get
to make a championship team to get everybody a ring. That's why not LeBron. That's why Carmelo Anthony probably went to the Lakers. He's not even really playing, but he's just there because he's hoping to get a ring, and I don't think it's going to happen this year. From what my understanding is.
I mean, I know more about music than sport. I enjoy sports, but I'm not the sports guy.
I don't
two
either.
non-sports guys.
No sports, no cars, dude. I don't know cars either, dude.
I mean, I'm a driver's license, but I don't have a car.
Jeff can drive, though. He's
Uber.
definitely taken care of me in situations in the past.
I have been the designated driver many a time.
Yeah.
How you been? You good?
I'm chilling, man. So why don't you tell them a little bit about your weekend with the Celtics guys? Why were they in town for, first of all?
So Kevin Garnett getting his jersey retired.
That's the why. That's the why? Okay.
And so 08 Celtics, Pierce.
Why did it take almost 18 years for them to... That's a long time, right? Is he in the Hall of Fame?
That's a great question. I think he's going this year. Yeah, I think he's either going this year or last year. So they probably did it within a year.
Well, some like baseball players, they only wait a year after retirement to go in.
No.
Jeter got right in, right?
That's an anomaly.
Oh, that's an anomaly. That's a great word. I never ever said that word entirely in my life. Anomaly, which means what? Like just a rare instance. You would call it an anomaly. Right. I'm going to use that one.
Yeah. Hurley would know the definition of that one.
I can look it up.
Well, Hurley is our fact checker.
Yeah, so they came out. They came out. It was good seeing them. I saw them Friday.
Friday, right? Yep.
They came out all 3 nights: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was
Paul Pierce.
Yeah, he's a legend. He actually did this.
Does he still live here?
No, he lives in LA. He did this. Oh, Big Baby was there on Saturday as well. Glenn Davis, who's a monster.
Was he the one that hopped on with Buddy and was on top of it?
Yeah, he was on top of it. He was singing.
Dude.
Yeah, he was singing. James Posey was in the house. Love Posey. He's a great guy. It was just overall fun. We made a video, though, went kind of viral. Paul Pierce.
Oh, I saw that with
one of the managers from the club. Paul is, Boston legend, and one of the new managers from the club is a Celtics fanatic. And I asked Paul at the end of the night if he could get a picture with him. He's like, yeah, obviously not in the club. And so we went outside, and instead of taking a picture with him,
he made a viral video.
He made a viral video because he's obviously from Inglewood. And he made this video of basically reenacting one of the greatest moments from hip hop history awards ever is when Suge and Snoop Dogg went up and
The Source Awards.
and it says, you know, we're not dancing in the video. Just making fun of Puff.
Puff. Yeah.
And they say, come to death row. So, Paul reenacted that video, and then Snoop saw it, and Snoop just bought Death Row, and Snoop posted it.
Oh, Snoop posted it?
And Hard posted it.
Yeah,
so
really?
So if you go on Snoop Dogg's page, it's probably about like, I don't know what video will be down now.
Sick.
It'll be probably about 8 or 10 videos down now.
Yeah, Snoop tends to post a lot of funny things.
Yeah, he's just posting Paul and
That's
shout out to
dope.
Rodwell, the manager, him and just walking down the thing. You want to come to the new club? You
Yeah,
want to come to Death
sick.
Row?
Yeah.
Wearing shiny suits.
That's awesome.
That was great.
Shout
Dancing in the
shout
video.
out to Snoop Dogg one time. If you guys have been not knowing and living under a rock, Snoop Dogg actually acquired Death Row Records now, so that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? That catalog's pretty sick. Let's get out one time for our good friend Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Actually, Rick Ross is in town now that we do a Rick Ross event. I wasn't. Did you open for him?
I played with Rick Ross on Saturday night.
How was Rick Ross?
I mean, what a show that guy puts on. I mean, he's just fun. He's got bangers, dude. You forget the catalog he has.
Right.
I think one of my favorite ones that we had in a while, in that, I mean, we've done Ross a lot, but it never gets old. It always sells, and it's a great thing.
Same with 50, yeah.
And 50 too. But my favorite, because maybe it was a different artist, and I wasn't even a really huge fan of Fabulous. I was a fan, but I'm not like a diehard. I'm not like getting in my car listening to albums of Fabulous. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's kind of like the French Montana of our generation. Like, you're not really going to listen to a French Montana album, but he always has bangers.
Right.
That's a good analogy, right?
That's a good analogy.
But, yo, I didn't realize what a catalog Fabulous had.
Oh, it's absurd.
Oh, my God. It was so good. So probably the best shows I've worked for so far was probably the Fabulous show. Benny the Butcher was dope.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else was dope? You weren't there that night. I think you had to skip out. It was the Dave East show. Shout out my guy Scram Jones, too, one time. Dave East DJ. You know what I mean? Scram's a good dude. He was just in Dubai with Rick Ross playing in Dubai.
Scram was with somebody the other day, too.
Dave East, probably.
No, but he's coming up with somebody else. I forget who.
Oh, you know who I ran into fucking Saturday?
Who?
Jada Kiss and Little C's, dude. Did
Where?
I tell you? They were at Foxwoods, bro. Apparently,
what?
There was like a concert. I don't know anything that goes on outside of like my world, I guess. I don't know how to say it. But like apparently there was like it was because it's Independent Women's Month or whatever it is. Shout out all my women out there. One time, did I say it right or am I wrong?
I don't think it's Independent Women's Month. I can guarantee you it's
Hurley,
not
what
that.
is it?
I think it would just be Women's Month.
Yeah, I can guarantee you it's
International.
That's what I meant. That's what I fucking meant. International Women's Month.
Would
Shout out
Beyonce
my
name
women.
it? All my independent women?
Yeah, she's the spokesman for it. But they had this amazing concert. It was Faith Evans, SWV, and
Sisters with Voices?
Sisters with and two other groups. And I don't know.
I
don't know. Maybe they came out and did a song.
I mean, Little C's would make sense with Faith. Or, I mean, I don't know, actually.
No, none of that makes sense. I can't even think.
I don't know.
But I was just like, yo, I was like, Jada, what up? And he gave me £1. And I was like, fuck, I have all my luggage with me. I was like, yo, I'm playing at the club. You should come. And then I couldn't find him.
Oh.
I met Little C's one time at this place in New York called the DL. And he's like, look at this little white boy with his fucking gold tooth. And he was just so like attracted to my energy. We ended up like having amazing conversations.
That's pretty awesome.
So shout out Little C's, very nice dude. I only met him once, but he went, you know, it was cool, man.
Yeah, Jada's always around. Jada's with
Millie's.
With Millie's. Speaking of making this full circle.
Yeah, go ahead.
With Dave East, Millie's, Jadakiss, that's a full circle right there.
I think that's a killer combination of artists too.
Yeah.
And the Locks. I'd like to get the Locks up here.
I had the Locks one time. It was pretty. I mean, Jada comes up here all the time. I've only had Chic and
Styles.
And Style. I've had I've had them once or twice.
Oh my God. I have to tell you something. I forgot. I was having a conversation with somebody about that fucking steakhouse that you told that amazing story about. Shout out to what was his name? Fuck.
Oh, you talking about K Slay?
K Slay, yeah. Because I never realized that sign for that restaurant's still up.
Oh
dude.
yeah, absolutely. Speaking of stories, I think I've just got to realize this in my old age. I think I've repeated stories on here.
I mean, who cares? We all do.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't hear it, if you listen to every episode, I appreciate it. Now you've heard the stories 10 times.
Well, I think maybe that time was like a time that you did it on purpose for nostalgia purposes. You're like, I want to take it back to like the first story I told on our podcast and say it on the year anniversary.
It could be true.
You just wanted to make sure you got that story in. That's what it was. Like, this is a biggie.
This one's a biggie.
Speaking of biggie, what's up?
Let's go right into some Yelp stuff.
Oh, you want to go right into some Yelp stuff?
Let's go on Yelp
Let's
stuff. I
change
got some good ones.
I got to get this new setups going, dude. One time. Let me find it. There it goes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I broke it. Know what happened?
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Oh, you're always breaking things.
No, it's this free trial.
It's not in the
We're
budget.
really professional over here. Well, if you don't know by now you know. It's that time of day for the Yelp reviews of the week. Jeff, what's up, man? What do we got?
Well, we got a short one from Jessica R.
Short ones could always be like just a Heidi Ochai punch to the face, like, what?
This one's very similar.
Just right to the point, no fucking around.
No fucking around, this is
no
it.
bullshit. Go ahead.
The bartenders will throw beer in your face for no reason. Have fun. Also, there's a cover for shitty DJ music. Wait, they'll throw beer in your face for no reason.
No, they just go up and be like,
Jessica, I think there might have been a reason.
Jessica, you probably shouldn't go to Last Resort Dick's.
No,
Is that what
Dick's last
it's
resort.
first of all,
Dick's Last Resort?
holy shit. Last Resort Dicks.
Sounds like a bad porno.
Give me a gong with that one. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, let me find. We gotta do a sound effect. It goes like this.
All right. You
We're
ready?
stealing other people's sound effects. Sorry, guys. Thanks for being team players.
You ready for the second one?
Ready as I'll ever be. This one's a little long one. Let's go.
Yeah. Okie W says,
Okie W.
this place is for losers. You may get the vibe, it seems cool, but everyone there is a loser. Benadryl is a better time than this place. Let me repeat that. Benadryl is a better time than this place. Really just stay away from this part of town. The college students are insufferable, and I'm college age. If you actually want to have fun, go to a rave or stay inside. Just not this place. I'll blank out the place. Pretty sweet, but meh. Really, any place you might need a college ID for isn't somewhere you should just avoid. It's like the cigarette of bar choices. Might seem cool for a while, but then you get cancer. That line is unbelievable.
Might be cool for a while, but then you get cancer. I should get that tattooed somewhere.
I went once.
That's a good tattoo, dude.
Yeah, you probably should. I went once, and not that my opinion means anything, but this place is trash, and I hate it so much. Maybe go once and see what I mean. If you liked it, I don't like you, and you're generic.
Damn, he's judging motherfuckers.
That's a hater. TLDR.
Wait, hold on. I have a story I could tell about the Benadryl.
Yeah, but let me finish this first. Don't cut me off.
I didn't even know that was part of the story. Sorry, Jeff.
TLDR.
What's TLDR?
Hurley, tell them what TLDR means.
I couldn't tell you.
Wow.
I think it's a synopsis.
Look it up real quick.
I saw one today and I had to Google it. I didn't know what this person was saying to me.
Too long, didn't read.
So if it's the synopsis, which I was right, it's a synopsis
Yeah.
the thing.
I never said that word either before.
Don't hear your garbage.
Don't go here or you're garbage.
That's the whole point of what he's saying. Yeah.
I get it.
Too long to read. All right, go with your Benadryl story.
When we were on tour, we used to have to film these. I remember, I think I've told this story before. We had to film like episodes of like I guess it was like a vlog. Was that what came out after blogs, like video logs?
Yeah.
So we were on tour, and for us to get the tour bus paid for, our tour bus was sponsored by like a fucking a movie company called Rogue or whatever, and they gave us the bus for free, but on our, which saved us like $40,000, $80,000. You know what I mean? So for us to have this bus, our agreement was we used to have to do these vlogs. So I think I told a story before about being on the tour bus and playing beer pong as the bus is going down the road.
No, you didn't. I don't think you told the story.
Story time with Uncle Jason.
Story time with Uncle Jason.
Shit,
Wait, you're playing beer pong while the bus is in motion?
All right, so we had to make these vlogs. So my good friend would come up with ideas of what we wanted to make the vlog about. One of the ideas was we are going to drape the entire community space of the tour bus.
Yeah.
And basically what you do is you do your show, you have, a couple hours to hang out, and then you get on the bus and you travel to the next city, and that's when you usually sleep.
Right.
So we drove every night. So we went to Walmart that day. Everybody, we had a budget. We had picked out like these costumes, but not costumes, like protection gear. Like I had a cup. My friend Mark had a cup. He was Jewish, so he put a big Star David on his white fucking jock strap, right? So the bus is going down the highway. We're playing beer pong, and our good friends from the other band that we were on tour with, Sky Blue, he was like, dude, I gotta be a part of this. So it's like we teamed up, and the loser had to get a shitty tattoo.
Oh, man.
My tattoo at that point in time, Cisco used to make fun of me, said the world is mine, but it looked like the E turned into a G, so it said the world is Ming. He's like, dude,
Wait,
sick tattoo.
Did you get it covered up?
Dude, it's 3 times covered up.
You really want to delete that one, huh?
Dude, that tattoo went on the wheel of shitty tattoos. So if I were to lose,
you'd have to get it
almost
again.
might. That was one of the options. The other options like LMFAO, like faces and like Mount Rushmore and shit. And like this other one was like a sick like Wolverine man, but it was like one of those shitty flyers from like 20 years ago that when you copy it over, it just starts mushing together. It looks like shit because it's a copy of a copy of a copy. So long story short, we're on the bus is cruising. We draped the whole bus with like plastic wrap so we wouldn't fuck any of this shit up, because this bus driver was just like, at this point he had enough of us, like, and our antics. I'm from upstate New York, so I'm popping mad shit. You guys don't, you LA boys don't know how to play beer pong, and I'm smacking like their balls around and shit. Pause.
They're pong balls?
Pong balls. And at the same time, I'm getting so fucking cocky with it, I'm knocking over my own cups. Comes down to the point that it comes between me and one other dude.
You might have to get the shitty tattoo.
Might have to get the shitty tattoo. Came down to one glass, and I got it. And the guy, thank God I was playing against, I love him to death. He was like passed out drunk with his like, we had like bike helmets on. Like mine was a Spider-Man's kid's helmet and shit. I have a picture of him laid in the middle of the floor of our tour
what
bus.
shitty tattoo did he get?
He had to get the Wolverine one. The best part about this story is, 1, he's Jewish.
Yeah.
2, he has no tattoos.
That's his first tattoo.
We wake up the next morning. Our tour bus opens the door. We're in Westchester, Pennsylvania, or something like that. We were playing Bam Margera's venue that night. Yeah. We were parked in front of a fucking tattoo spot.
No way.
Dude. So he ends up getting this tattoo.
Where'd he get it?
On his thigh.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So he gets this tattoo. And remember I told you this? It was off a flyer from a band we saw in like Colorado. Now we're in Pennsylvania. So this thing survived some way. I don't know. So it just mushed black copy. Like you can't even read like
Wait,
the
did the
lettering on
artist
it.
try to do it better or no?
Yo, that's what I'm getting at. He crushed this thing to the point where like, yo, I'm next. I'm next. Everybody wanted a tattoo from this dude. So I got a boot on my chest from the guy and like
So now he has a legit tattoo. He doesn't have a shitty tattoo on his leg.
he's got a really good tattoo. I actually had to talk to him the other day and then I ended up sending him the pictures.
Now can I ask one thing? What the fuck does Benadryl have to do with this?
I know I didn't mean to go off into that tantrum. One of the other bits we had to do is we did a thing called Benadryl freestyling. So we all drank a bottle of Benadryl.
A bottle?
Yeah. And we started and the concept was to drink a bottle of Benadryl and see who could freestyle the best.
How'd that work out?
Everybody just fell asleep. We taped one of my friends up in his bunk, so when he woke up the next morning, I mean, we taped it. You know, gaff tape, like artists use gaff. Dude. Sideways, up and down. Dude, he woke up the next morning screaming because he couldn't get out of his bunk, dude.
Did you feel like shit after drinking a bottle of Benadryl?
I don't know. I was young, man. It was just like fucking... That's my Benadryl story.
All
But that's
right.
pretty cool.
Holy jeez.
You guys can cut that part of the podcast out.
No
Fast
way.
forward to 20 minutes and 43 seconds if you don't want to hear my shitty story.
Oh, man. Let me continue my Yelp.
Wait, where were we?
My final Yelp.
Oh my God, it's getting hot in here.
All right. You know what Colton C says?
Colton C, yeah, man. But there's a response, though.
There is a response.
Yes.
Guys, we have a response. Was just thinking about the terrible experience I had here 2 years ago. I've told at least 1,000 people the story at this time. Felt like leaving another review to reiterate how trash this establishment and the people that work there are. Send your money elsewhere. So it looks like it's a response
to a review he did.
He's just replying to a review that he did 2 years ago, just to reiterate how shitty it was. And his 2 years ago story is 50-year-old short-haired platinum blonde bartender needs to mind her manners. Literally stuck her middle finger in my boy's face because he took a flashless picture of the ceiling above her. Miss, why are you so hostile? I didn't give you permission to film me. Bird in the face continued. Response, LOL, yeah. We came all the way from Vegas to see the dungeon just so we could take candid footage of your toothless ass. You know what? Fuck this place.
You know what that is? That's probably one of those weird themed bars that are like off the strip in Vegas.
No, this one's not in Vegas, but I think he's saying he came from Vegas to this place. But,
we came all the way
you're right.
from
It's like-
Vegas.
yeah,
I
it's like-
apologize.
yeah, so that you can't take pictures inside because it's. But how about being so mad about a place? 2 years later, you leave another review. Like, how mad do you have to be?
Yo, so mad because he wrote, just was thinking about the terrible experience. Dude, would you just sit around like, remember that one time we went to that shitty bar?
Let me do another Yelp review. Man.
Jesus, this guy needs to get like,
Colton.
go outside or something.
Colton.
Jeff, that was dope. Don't listen to my other story.
I think the other story is funny.
Oh, we got question of the week, right? This is a good one, though.
We can do the question later. I want to tell a story because you told the story.
I didn't mean to.
Gather around, kids. It's story time with Uncle Jeff. The names have been left out to protect the guilty.
Now, here's a little story I got to tell you.
I loved your story. I was just waiting for the Benadryl part, and your story had nothing to do with that. I didn't realize there was another story.
Yeah, I kind of drift off. I have this wonderful, beautiful problem in my head. It's called ADHD. It works. It's I'm one of the few gifted people that actually have that beautiful illness, and it.
I wouldn't say it's an illness. Now we're gonna get shut down.
No, what would it be called?
Disorder. I don't
Yeah,
know.
disorder. Yeah, I have this awesome disorder, so please forgive me. You know, I've been doing a lot of work mentally at home trying to better myself so I don't have such bad ADHD. Meditation's been working really well, though.
I should try that sometime. I'd try to sleep.
No, meditation, facts, dude, changed so much for me. I've been doing it for like 3 months now.
Somebody else told me they were meditating, and it was the most hilarious person I never thought would meditate too.
Is he a bouncer for us? A security guy?
No, there's like a famous person or athlete, and I like the last person that I thought.
Dude, the last person, excuse me,
Somebody
I
like
thought,
Shaq or somebody, like I'd be like, what? Yeah, they like meditate. I don't know, whatever.
dude, it's amazing. If
All
you
right.
guys have time, you guys should try it out. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. I'm fucking advocating meditation to the full.
So here's my story about meditation. Well, that's nothing to do with meditation. But
Oh, kind of like the Benadryl story? Cool.
So, summertime,
Summertime sadness.
I don't know, 2000, I could probably figure out the date, probably 2006, 7. Like, emo bands were like
Oh, I've been wanting to hear this
the
story.
biggest.
No, as a matter of fact, I had a conversation yesterday. They are receiving a great deal of attention again. Like that,
Oh, that-
like right now, it's like that came full circle.
When
like,
we were young festival, now put on the third date, it's ridiculous.
yeah, dude. Like Travis doing some dates, and like My Chemical Romance is on tour right now.
It's
It's
everybody.
like,
So this band is actually one of the co-headliners of this.
and now is this one of your friends that the story's about?
This is
Because
one
I
of
know
my
that you have
friends,
a
yeah.
friend that's in the band.
Yeah.
Of one of these.
So his song's like the biggest song. They just were on TRL.
Are they local Boston? I almost said Boston. Oh shit!
They're
son.
from around here, not necessarily Boston.
You'd say
Yeah.
New England area.
New England area, and they had just like took off Britney Spears as the number one on TRL for the longest, whatever it is.
Oh, they were a TRL band.
Oh yeah, big time. So they were in town doing, I don't know, Lollapalooza, one of those festivals, and
That's when Lollapalooza was probably touring. They had a tour at Lollapalooza. It wasn't just a festival
No,
in Chicago.
it's touring, everything like that. This was one of the last tours. It's kind of their hometown. They're close to here. They wanted to come to the club afterwards.
Oh, that was like Lollapalooza tour was the tour that birthed probably Warp Tour.
I think they were around the same time.
Yeah,
I think
'cause, like, probably, like-
Warped might have been longer. Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
'Cause I feel like that when Lollapalooza stopped touring, that's when Warp Tour became really big.
No, I don't know. I think Warped was around for longer. But
Oh, that's cool.
We can look it up.
I've been
later.
to a couple of Warp Tour shows.
So I get the call. They want to come to the club. They want to, and I'm like, they call the club. I think they called the club or called one of the promoters that was working for the night.
Like the management team or somebody in the management team
and they're
called,
like,
tried
we
get
want to
ahead
come
of-
out to the club.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, I know this band. Why would they want to come to this club? It was, this club was reggae in the back.
No way.
Like dance hall.
Sick.
And like
literally like underground like shit like
Yeah,
like
and-
great grimy like awesome
awesome reggae in the back.
Okay.
And then the main room was hip hop, but like no commercial hip hop, not like a top 40 song mixed with hip hop.
Oh, that was like Tony Toka's parties. That's called Sutra.
This was hip hop.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why the fuck are these guys coming to that?
It's not even a club. It's almost like a loungy kind of like.
Yeah, so we set them up with bottle service, and these guys walk in, and they are like the four, like they were straight out of emo. Like they had their, like the hairstyle, the tight jeans. They had like they looked like, and they looked so out of place. And they just looked at me, and they're like, "I think we're at the wrong club."
They didn't know prior.
No, they just thought it was like they probably looked up like best clubs in Boston. It was a dope club, you know. But they didn't know it was like the most hip hop club, like, and everybody just looked at these guys. Some of them had like half spiked hair, like the whole emo look, like eyeliner, whatever it may be. And I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be a night. So I didn't know what to do, but I knew these guys were cool. I was the VIP host. I'm like, all right, let's get some bottles and just
See how this goes.
So we end up drinking. And we end up drinking, and we end up drinking, and we end up drinking, and it was like 2 a.m. Obviously, the club's ending, and these guys are like, we have to go back on Kiss 108 in the morning at like 8 a.m.
Oh my god, that's like my biggest fear.
Somehow we found the bus again. Oh, you know what? They took a van. It was like a 15-passenger back to their tour bus.
Like one of those big ass white vans with like bench seats in it.
So they're calling me, and they're like, I can't believe we just went to that club. I can't believe that, but we had a blast. So they talk about the story on Kiss 108, the Boston radio show Kiss 108. The next morning, talk about Lollapalooza or whatever, and or the show that they just did. Maybe it was Jingle Ball and they came after that. Maybe that's what, I don't know. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
So we kept in touch like throughout the night. Like, can't believe that. They're like, actually, we're back in town like in a month. Will you come to one of our shows? Because I want to show you. You showed me your hip hop show. I want to show you my show. And this has to do with you. Good Charlotte opened. Then it was LMFAO opened. Then it was Good Charlotte. Then it was this band afterwards.
I love those boys. From Good Charlotte.
Yeah,
they were always so nice to all of us.
So they go on. So Good Charlotte goes on. We're sitting backstage drinking. LMFAO goes over. Whoever went on first, and then they're like,
yeah, it sounds like a Jingle Ball kind of gig.
Yeah, it was probably something like that. So they go on last. Place is going nuts. Like, I think they did it like a place that holds like 20. It was an outdoor thing, like 25,000 people. So I'm sitting side stage. I'm like, this is awesome, And so the drummer, who I became probably closest with, and I still am extremely close with him, who might come on the show sometime because he has amazing stories.
I know, I can only imagine.
So at the last song, they usually have people come up on stage and do it, but they're at a 24,000 person place, so they can't do it. So they invite all their friends there, and he unscrews his cowbell off of his drum kit and gives me the cowbell.
Oh, you were Will Ferrell?
And goes to the front, and he gives me a stick, and he's like, "You're playing cowbell for the song." So that was the time.
Did you take your shirt off?
Good chance.
That would have been sick.
That's a good chance. And I started playing cowbell and with all of his friends, and that was the time I played cowbell in front of 24,000 people. And that's
the only reason I want Jeff to take his shirt off because Jeff's got this sick ass belly tattoo.
No, you know what's funny is that the other day I was FaceTiming with my mom, and I was changing. I didn't have a shirt on, and my other friend was there. She was visiting from college, and my mom was like, "Do you always not have a shirt on?" And I'm like, a lot of the time.
It's either his shirt's off or he's mooning people.
No, I don't moon people.
I've seen that happen though. Jeff's a mooner.
No, I'm not.
Jeff moons and Michael Jackson turns into a werewolf.
Oh man.
Yeah, whatever, dude. This just in. Breaking news from your PNN network, Positive News Network, with your host, the one and only handsome gentleman with the belly tattoo. What's your name? Jeff London.
So, we got two things positive.
Yeah.
So today is March. Well, we'll start with this one.
Well, what about Independent Women's Day?
It's very positive. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to get canceled around here.
I'm not making it. I'm not. I'm just saying that.
Are you sure
I want to know.
from the camera? Shout out Concepts on the new joints. Yeah.
Shout out my man Dion. Thanks, buddy.
First thing is,
I gotta Google this shit before I fucking get canceled.
Drake has produced. Incorporate Drake.
International Women's Day. One time to all my beautiful, strong international women out there.
Independent.
Thank you guys. For real, man. I'm not even joking.
So
women are keep us all together somehow, somewhat.
Yeah.
Shout out my mom.
Shout out moms. So Drake has produced Top Boy, which, if you guys haven't seen, is one of the best shows
I put
ever.
Jeff on the Top Boy. And
He did.
That groomed our relationship to the point where we actually started having conversations like we could actually talk in like London, England, like accents. Didn't last very long though.
Yes, bruv.
Yes, bruv.
So new season's coming out, but it's pretty cool because Drake, it was one of his favorite shows, and
he basically brought it back around because I only think it had one or two seasons.
So it had like one or two seasons. Drake thought it was an unbelievable show, and the show stopped. So he basically said, I want to produce it along with LeBron James's people, Maverick and things like that. And they brought the show back. This is going to be the fourth season. I don't know if Drake's producing this season.
I think it's the second season since the
relaunch.
Relaunch of it, right? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
So I'm really excited for that. So,
Me too. I was so excited that I called
But
Jeff and thought it was returning Sunday, but it was just the ad for you to watch the older seasons. I was like, Jeff, I'm staying in bed all day. Top Boys on, and I was wrong. It actually comes out Friday.
So I'm excited for Friday, and it has the dopest music in it. It actually has some London grime people in it too. The second.
It's like, let's break it down real quick for people that don't know. It's basically like the European London version of The Wire.
Great analogy.
But not as good as The Wire, because definitely The Wire was probably one of the greatest television shows anyway. But it was inspired by, let's say it was inspired by The Wire.
Yeah, that's good. And then the second positive news is today is March 16th, 2022.
Yeah.
2 years ago today.
2 years ago today, COVID started.
Was the day that
Shutdown.
was a shutdown after, March 16th. Well, March 17th, everything shut down. So that was the last event I did. It was 2 years ago prior to coming over to Big Night. And I remember just doing that night. I remember going in that night and people were wearing gloves, masks. They didn't know what to touch anything.
Oh my God, it
People
was so
were
scary
scared.
then because, not for nothing. Like, I thought it was just bouncing. We didn't have any information about this shit.
I thought it'd go away in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I thought it would, for that, only that, but I thought if somebody just walked in my hallway 20 minutes ago and they had COVID,
Nobody knew anything. Everybody was scared.
scary.
Yeah. So that was the last event I did. And the positive is that 2 years, almost to the day later, there's no masks involved. Well, I won't get like that. There's so less restrictions and we're mostly free, but literally 2 years later.
That's great. Yeah, 2 years, man.
So it's funny that it was this week that they literally lifted a lot of bans and stuff like that because it's literally 2 years. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man, it feels good to semi get back to normal, but at the same time, it's nice to know all this information we know now as opposed to before just being, like, scared to death, you know what I mean? Now we have information, now we know how to prevent it a little bit better. There's things in place, you know what I mean? So moving forward, if there's another variant of it, we don't have to really worry about it that much. We're always going to have to worry about it, but at the end of the day, we don't have to, like... We have protection things set up now that can protect us, no matter what your belief is. You know what I mean? If you want to wear a mask, still wear a fucking mask. You don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask now. You know what I mean? Just
you, boo.
Do you, but be respectable of what others want to do. Also,
very true. And on that note, another fine episode.
Wait, we gotta go to outro. Yep. Thank you for checking in on the Breaking News Network. Oh, it's Positive News Network. Yeah, Jeff hosts.
And as always, actually, you can buy merch too. Get that merch too.
Yo, I need to feed my dog, yo. Buy us some merch, yo.
And you can follow Jason on
Instagram at Jason Smith Music.
You follow me at
Jeff London _.
And you can follow us at I'm the promoter, he's the DJ.
One time.
Peace.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Jeff London, DJ Jason Smith.
Here come the bang.